What's up guys, welcome to today's video. Hope you're doing very well. So today, starting off in my box of new makeup to try, that kind of thing. Today I just want to do like a full face, including some first impressions and my new makeup, all that kind of thing. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please stay tuned. Today I think I definitely want to use a concealer. Try a new concealer out, and I've got quite a few. This Sample Beauty Erase and Boost Base out. Oh, ignore the mess of my desk. And then I've got, I think, powder, this Healthy Balance one from Bourjois. Eyeshadow. I really want to try Sample Beauty's eyeshadows out because I see them all the time advertised like through Beauty Bay and things like that. And I don't know, they seem to be quite a bit of fuss, so I think I definitely want to play with that today. Highlighter and bronzer. I think I want to try out these sort of staple Wet n Wild highlighters that everyone sort of seems to rave about. I really want to give them a go. And then I'll do a Wet n Wild bronzer as well, if I can get it out. That's the thing, we'll go with those. Let's do a blush. What blush should we do? Kind of want to play with this one, this BH Floral Blush. I found it. It seems to be like quite an old product in terms of like, you know, it came out a few years ago. But I don't know, I think it looks like really pretty. So yeah, let's go with that one. I'm also going to try out this brow product, I think, as well. This Rimmel Brow This Way brow styling gel, because I desperately needed a new one. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so before we actually go ahead and get started, I would just like to apologise for my background. We recently moved house, and this is currently our office space, but we're still kind of unpacking, organising. My other half has got his 3D printer stuff, and there's shoes. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much it will change, but at the moment this is the best I can do, so I apologise in advance, but the makeup will be better than the background, hopefully. So yeah, so first product I'm going to try today is this e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. It's this one here. It's, I'm guessing it's to help with poreless skin. Oh, it's kind of like a, I thought it was going to be like a serum, but it's like not a serum. Okay, don't really smell of anything. It feels silicone-y, kind of feels like a creamier version of Maybelline Baby Skin. It's the first makeup product of e.l.f. I've tried. I've been trying a load of their skincare recently. I plan on doing like a full face of e.l.f. at some point, but I don't know, I was too excited. I wanted to try this. It's really smooth on the skin. I feel like you kind of need to rub it in and, I don't know, it's a bit, it feels like it's definitely filled in my pores. We'll see how foundation goes onto it, because my face feels quite like smooth, like slippery almost. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on my foundation and I'll be right back. This isn't a first impression, I'm just gonna put one on and we'll go from there. Okay, so I feel like my foundation has sat really nicely on top of that primer, and I can't really feel it on the skin or anything like that. Yeah, so far I really like that. I just want to quickly mention I use my Tarte Shape Tape foundation. This has now been discontinued, rightfully so, because the shade range was appalling. I'm just trying to finish it off, but yeah, that has sat really well on that primer. Oh, I love when we find a primer that's like really good, because I love primers. I feel like, yeah, primer, it doesn't sound like it should be hugely interesting, but I love primer. Nails and boxes. I just broke a nail trying to get into it, but I'm getting there. My god, this is so hard to get into. For concealer, I'm going to do the Sample Beauty Erase and Boost Base. This one here. The Erase and Boost Base Eyeshadow Base and Eyeshadow Base, Concealer, Foundation, Contour, Bronzer. Also mix eyeshadow into the base to create a cream blush. So it's a little bit of everything. I'm going to use it as concealer today, and we'll pop some on the eyes as well, like I normally do. I've got mine in the shade number 2, and I really want to give this a go because it always seems to be in like the sales section of Beauty Bay, and I'm curious as to why. It really does feel like a really like, it literally feels like I'm slapping paint on, but we'll see what happens. I feel like this is the wrong brush. I'm going to go with my foundation brush, just my Tarte, I think it's a fancy brush, my usual, and blend that in. I feel like that's going to work a little bit better. Maybe a sponge as well, but sort of a looser bristled brush hasn't quite worked. It's quite streaky. I feel like it looks a little bit oily on the skin, and it's really heavy. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, up close it kind of looks a bit sort of greasy, like it's not really doing much around here, but it feels like quite heavy. It's like quite bad. It's like all bunching up in my lines. It is, but it feels heavy, and surely if it feels heavy then it should be like doing something, but it's not. So okay, let's go in with powder and see if it sets that down a little bit better. This is the Bourjois Healthy Balance 10 Hours Matte Finish and Natural Healthy Glow. I got mine in the shade 53 Beige, Light Beige. It's this one right here. I feel like, again, this is sort of an older product that I found, but oh, that looks quite yellow. It's not yellow, it's my shade. Set under the eyes and see. Oh, that's not my shade. That's not my shade. Let's just try all over. You have to use a bigger brush, because if you just go in with a smaller brush, it like bunches up all the powder and it goes really dark and like grabs onto the skin. So yeah, big fluffy brush I think for this powder. It feels really smooth on the skin, but I'd say probably less is more. Because that was really weird, because it just like grabbed onto my face. The powder's lovely. Really does make the skin look healthy. Maybe it's a shade too dark, I don't know. But I feel like I can get away with it, just about. Also, then if we go in with this Rimmel Brow This Way Brow Styling Gel, mine's in the shade Dark Brown. It's this one here. It's a little bit, brush is quite small, which I don't mind. The actual product itself is a little bit runny, but I'm just gonna brush that off the end. I always like to get the little bits off the end, otherwise you end up with a splodge right there. I'm gonna brush this through. One dip has done both brows. Lightly brush it through. It's the weirdest feeling in the world, feeling brow stuff like set in your brows, I swear. Okay, I really like that brow gel. I think it kind of reminds me of Gimme Brow by Benefit. Just the way it feels on the skin, like in the hairs, I can feel it like doing something and holding my brows. I'm a fan. Yeah, I think, is that powder oxidizing on my face? We'll find out in a minute. This is the Wet n Wild Colour Icon Bronzer in the shade Ticket to Brazil. It's this one right here. Everyone goes on about these Wet n Wild bronzers and they're so affordable. Okay, so I love the pan. It's got this palm print into it and it's doesn't really smell like anything. I don't know why I had to see if it did. I'm just going to go in with this brush here, as I always do, and it looks like it's going to be perfect shade. And swirl my brush in, no fallout at all. Let's have a look at the shade. Oh, it's super soft and glowy. It's like fairly light on my skin. Oh, very nice. Okay, let's see if we can bronze up these cheeks. To be honest, I'm quite pleased if it's a little bit of a lighter shade, because obviously if my powder is oxidizing, I don't want to go in with loads of dark bronzer. This is lovely. There's literally no fallout. It's good to know it's not all just going to fall off your brush. By the time I'm filming this, not when it's uploaded, by the time I'm filming this, I haven't filmed a video for weeks. Literally since we're in the old house and like everything's been a bit all over the place. So it's so nice to be sat down filming, talking to you guys. Oh, playing with some makeup is my absolute favourite thing in the world. And I'm loving it. So thank you ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Taking your time out of your day to watch me yabber on about bronzer. And I love it. And I appreciate every single one of you. I love that bronzer. It's given a nice contour. Reminds me of MUA Bronze Shimmer Bronzing Powder. This is in the shade Solar Shimmer. They're very similar and it just reminds me of that. So if you like this one, I think you'll like that one as well. But that's really good because it shows there's so many really good bronzers in the drugstore. I've been wanting to try this blusher out for so long. It's been sat in my box waiting to try it out. This is the Floral Blush Duo Cheek Colour by BH Cosmetics, and I did just buy it for the packaging, to be honest. I hope the blusher isn't terrible because I literally just bought it for that. Can we all just take a memento? Stunning. Let's give the two shades a little swatch, poos. A shimmery one there from the flower, and then around the edge flowers, there's that one there. I'm just going to swirl my brush around in the pan loosely, and I'm just going to pop some blush. Oh, that is pigmented. That is a pigmented blush. Sort of pop it high up on my cheeks, so I'll get a lifted effect. That is a gorgeous blush, and the shimmer, I feel like shimmer doesn't seem to be an overspray as well, which is really good because I thought it might be, but it's definitely not. See the gorgeous colour. It's like, it's a nice pinky shade, but with the deeper, warmer tones of the other one. When you mix them together, it just creates this really like natural sort of flush of colour. I love blush at the moment. I cannot get enough of blush. I feel like that would also make a really pretty eyeshadow, which we love. We found some real goodies. Okay, the Sample Beauty base hasn't quite worked, but we found some goodies, and that is what I love. Today, I'm super excited. The main event today, if you will. Well, that blush, I think, is quite a main event. That is definitely oxidizing that powder, or is that just me? So the main event today is the Sample Beauty, the Blooming Lovely palette. I believe it said exclusive on Beauty Face. I'm guessing that's sort of where you can get it from. But it's, oh, wait until you see these tones. These are rainbow colours. Oh, thank you very much. Look how beautiful that is. 6 shimmers, the rest are mattes. Gorgeous. I believe this is £21 as well, so it's fairly affordable for, if they're good quality, 28 eyeshadows, which is really good. Let's go ahead and do some swatching. I have swatched this once. I haven't played with it yet. I've been waiting to try it out with you guys. So let's swatch this shade here above, this one here, this Petal shade, the pink one, and Cluster, this like ready burnt orangey. Above Petal and Cluster, dodgy swatches that are in an awkward place. Look at that shimmer. Pigment, and they're butter soft, like buttery soft. So I'm really excited. I don't know what kind of look we're going to create today. I want to do something really like full glam. So I'm going to take this brush here. This is the BH Weco Vibes number 8 brush. And I think I want to go in with this shade Oxygen. This one right here. Big surprise. It's a blue shade. I love blue eyeshadow. There's a little bit of fallout, but nothing too strenuous. Let's see. I literally barely touched my eye. Whoa. Let's see if you're worth the hype as well. They've also got the eye base on by Sample Beauty as well, so you think the two would go together. So I'm going to go back in and get a little bit more, and I'm going to pop it on the inner corner to get that, like, leave the centre bare, so we can pop another fab colour on in there. Literally just like tapping it on. Being ever so gentle, and the pigment is already like out of this world. The other thing I've tried by Sample Beauty is their liquid eyeshadows. I tried the white one, and oh my god, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Will not be purchasing anymore. Maybe I'll have a go. It just separated, went really thin, you couldn't blend. It was awful, absolutely dreadful. I tried that recently, so I thought, give them the benefit of the doubt, let's try some of the powder eyeshadows, and I'm so glad I did. I want to blend that out with the shade, I'm thinking Periwinkle, this beautiful purpley blue shade here, and this is on my Spectrum BO7 brush, and I'm just gonna blend that out like so on the outer edges and blend out from there. I'm kind of bringing it in a little bit in the middle, but not too much, just focusing it on the outer corners. Go back in with that Oxygen shade and just add a touch more. Let's go in with this smaller brush, this one here. This is the number 6 BH brush, and I'm going to go in with this really deep shade Water, this one here. Let's go in with this. Oh, quite a bit of fallout, but very pigmented, and I'm going to apply that onto the outer corner. I feel like with this palette you can really just let your creativity just like run wild. This fluffy brush, this number 8 brush, I'm going to go in with this Posy shade, so I'll use as many as possible. And I'm going to take some of this on my brush. And I'm going to go over here and blend the edges. And I'm going to go over the top of the blank corner space there. So there is quite a bit of fallout, but that's fine because I'm going to go in with my brush and dust it. Maybe do your eyes first. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this Periwinkle shade again. And I'm just going to take that in the outer corner and blend that. Then I want to take this Photosynthesis shade, this one right here, this greeny bluey colour, super pigmented again. And I really want to just pop that on the lower lashes. I feel like that would look stunning. And this brush here, Spectrum brush, and just blend, blend, blend. Really want to do a shimmer, but I want to do a really contrasting shimmer. So I think I want to do either the shade Bulb, this one right here, or, right, I'm blinding you, or this one Occasion, this more goldy one. I think I'm going to do the gold one. So let's go ahead and see how the shimmers are. That's insane. Let's see if it transfers onto the eyes. I think that's safe to say they do. Focus that on the centre of the eye and bring that up. And the edges of that shimmer shade in with the blue, just like so. I'm going to go in with this brush here and I'm going to take this shimmer shade, again, this is shade Occasion. Let's see if they apply the same on a brush. I think I prefer it with my finger, they're a bit more foiled, but they're definitely still very, very pretty. You can see quite glittery on the face, but we'll just brush those away. Okay. Those eyeshadows are amazing. I really like that palette. I feel like it's probably best to do your eyes first because you can get a little bit of fallout. But I feel like that is a really gorgeous. I'm just going to go ahead and do liner and I will be right back. Okay, so I just went ahead and did my line and my lashes and I really, really love how the eye makeup turned out. I think it's really, really pretty. Next up, we're going to go ahead and do highlighter. So as I said before, we're going to do the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. I've got mine in the shade Blossom Glow. It's this gorgeous shade here. Absolutely beautiful. I'm really looking forward to trying this. So take my highlighter brush and I'm just going to swirl it in the pan here. Again, the pan is beautiful. It's got this gorgeous like flower embossed into it. I'm the last person on the planet to try these highlighters, but oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, I've got mascara on my cheek. That is a beautiful like iridescent highlighter. Beautiful glow on the skin. Looks, oh, it's not highlighting any texture, anything like that. It's literally just shiny. It's actually stunning. I'm just going to keep applying it onto my face and on the bridge of my nose, and just I'm going to go and just apply a little bit under the brow. It reminds me of an MUA product, one of their highlighters, but I prefer this Wet n Wild one, I think. That is stunning, that highlighter. I get the hype. I get the hype. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face and use my Iconic London. This is the Prep Set Glow setting spray in the shade, in the slightly deeper shade. This isn't a first impression, by the way. I use this all the time. It's one of my favourites. This is my lip product for today. It's a Max Factor Lipfinity Velvet Matte, 24 hours in the shade 090 Red Allure. It's this gorgeous reddy shade here. I feel like it would look really nice with the blue. So let's go ahead. Ooh, little doe foot, which I appreciate, and let's just, that is a very light on the lips, very light on the lips. Has like an interesting taste. I don't know what it is. No, I blotted and I got glitter all in my lips. Fine. We dust. It's dried down beautifully, really, really matte, really comfortable on the lips. I actually really like this colour with this eye look. I think it'd be really good for like day to day. I'd love to try some different colours. It has blurred a little bit onto there, but nothing too strenuous. Maybe a lip liner, the actual thing. I personally don't really use them that often. But I feel like that's literally dried down. I feel like that's perfect for lip gloss on top. Okay guys, so this is today's finished look. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I think it's safe to say we found some new faves. The eyeshadow palette, the Blooming Lovely Sample Beauty eyeshadow palette, this one here, really good. I'm really looking forward to like experimenting with the colours and that a little bit more. They're all super pigmented, and the shimmers are just gorgeous. This, on first impressions, I'm not sure I'm 100% a fan. It was a little bit weird and felt a bit weird on the eyes, but now my whole makeup's done, you can't like notice it really. I love the cheek products, the Wet n Wild highlighters and bronzers. I get the hype. Really natural and gorgeous, really blendable. The highlighter is insane, like yes please. And then this gorgeous blush. Let's just look at it one more time, shall we? Stunning, absolute fan. And that lip product is so comfortable. My brows look really good, they haven't moved. So yeah, overall a success today. If you liked today's video, please go ahead and subscribe, become one of my little stars, and I shall see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye.